everybody. Welcome on into today's video. Greatly appreciate you taking time of your day. Swing on over and checking us on out. We're back. This is great. We are actually planning on doing like several videos today, so we actually have some things to do for you guys. We just want to do it too. I don't know about you, but this is always a fun time.
We miss doing it so bad. So
I really have missed this.
I know, and a lot of people still don't know we're friends.
I know.
I find that so crazy.
It's like, guys, we actually started a series together, and then we got super busy with the holidays, and now we're back at it.
Like, don't get it twisted. We're still besties.
Yeah, don't worry. We're fine. We play Valorant all the time together. We just don't record content.
We do, actually.
We just don't record content.
We just play Valorant. No.
But, yes, we're back. We're going to be doing the Feel Special album today. That is what we're going to do. And actually, before we started this, I told Maisie that I think this is going to be the album we're going to be completely different. The Fancy You album, we were almost exact. There was only just 2 songs that we switched. But this one,
we were like 80% the same for that one, basically.
Yep. But this one, I do believe that we are going to have some different opinions. I have a feeling.
I think only one could be the same, but I also, now thinking about my history with this song to yours, it might actually not even be your last compared to mine.
Okay.
But because I went first last time, I think you should get to go first.
I will gladly go first, and I might get canceled for this. Okay, so my number 7 is 2129. I know. I very much know that this song is a song for onces. Like, they sang this for onces, and I know it has a very special place in a lot of onces' heart. But if you know me and my song history, songs that have like a ballad like feel to them are songs that I do not repeat again, like constantly or several times over and over again. The song itself is gorgeous, like absolutely stunning. I love the vocals in this song, but it is just like with the beat, it's just not a song that I find myself repeating over and over again. Like in this song, Mina opening it up, I love when Mina opens up a song. I know I'm gonna just have like these heavenly vocals right off of the bat. Chewie flexes her vocals so much in this song. I was very, very impressed. You can see that we have slowly started her vocal level up that we have been seeing over these past couple of albums. There is some great little bits in there from like Nyan and Gio. They have great vocal inflections throughout the song that really kind of like put some great emphasis on some of the lyrics. Dion's vocals are gorgeous. I love her vocals. And then Momo, there's one line in this song that I particularly like from Momo where she has this like really soft tone and then goes up into this higher register that you really don't hear very often. And that's another part where I'm just like, Momo, where has this been? Like, can you bring this out a little bit more in other songs? Like, this is fantastic. Because you don't really hear her changing that range on her vocal styling very often. And I think it's really nice. It's just for me, the beat is what makes it so I don't really repeat the song over and over again. Even though the song itself is gorgeous, it's not one that I go back to very often. And that's why I have it at number 7.
Okay, well, I can tell you now, we've already drifted far apart.
Cool. Okay.
I didn't know if we were going to count this song in the ranking at first, but I've put it as my 7 anyway, but it's the Breakthrough Korean version.
Okay, yep.
And do you want to know what I put for my description? It's one line.
What? Japanese one's better?
Well, it exists. That's all I've put. Well, it exists. For me, the reason it's kind of like, for me, which album was it where there's like the BDZ Korean version?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, yeah.
For me, because this is where I was just saying to Rogue that there's a song that I have in my last place that we're either going to be the same or we're not, because I'm pretty sure she had this version before the Japanese version. As for me, I had the Japanese version and then the Korean version. And I just think, kind of like BDZ, it's the same line of like, the Japanese version is just top tier to me because it's what I'm used to.
Yep.
That I just do not like the Korean version, and I basically have never really listened. I've listened to it like once or twice.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just not a song that I go out my way to listen to at any given time. Not to say it's bad. My brain is just so used to the Japanese version that I just don't like this one. Kind of like I did for BDZ, where I put that at last because I didn't like the Korean version of the song.
Yep.
But that's literally why that's 7th place. So that's why I was like, I like, even before ranking the album, I just looked at it and I went, well, there's my 7th.
There's number 7.
I knew before even getting. I came into it before even listening to the rest again. I was like, that's going to number 7 no matter if I do actually like it or not.
Yeah.
It's going to be there because I just think the Japanese version is just superior. So that's my number 7.
Yeah. So I do agree with you because I do have Breakthrough as number 6. And it's because of a lot of those reasons. I did hear this song, the Korean version, first, because when I was doing the deep dive for Twice, I had not explored the Japanese albums yet over on Patreon. So I had only heard the Korean version first, but I do agree with you. Once I heard the Japanese version, I find myself listening to the Japanese version more than the Korean version because the Japanese rap hits so hard. Like literally Dubchang's rap, it's so good.
That's literally why I was like, it's the exact same with BDZ. The Japanese version of BDZ, the rap goes so hard, it's so good. But in the Korean version, it just sounds very jarring to me. And so that's why I just don't tend to like listen to it again because of that.
I like, if this song comes up on my playlist, I usually don't tend to skip it. Because I still like the beat. The beat is still good. There's like a Mina vocal in there where she just has like this like interesting like bouncy cadence to her vocal. So like if it pops it up, I'm gonna listen to it. But if I usually put the Japanese version on playlist over the Korean version. So the only time I really hear the Breakthrough is if I'm listening to my Twice like playlist that has like all the songs. So that's like the only time I really like hear it. Other than that, it's usually just going to be the Japanese version. So I agree with you on that one. That's why I put it 6. The only reason why it's not last is because of the beat. I find myself just listening to the beat more than 2129. Because the 2129 does have that like lower, kind of like softer, kind of like ballady like type feel that my brain tends not to connect to very much on songs. So that's why they're kind of like flipped for me, having that one first over the.
I just again, as soon as I saw a Breakthrough Korean version, I was like, yep, you are
you're 7th. You are last.
You are last because I do not listen normally, because like I actually do love when Twice do like Japanese versions or Korean or English versions of the songs. Normally they just sound. I feel like they got better with it over time.
Yeah.
Again, the Breakthrough one for me, it just does not sound right almost.
Yep.
Because I'm so used to the Japanese because that's what I heard first and that's what I continued to hear until I realized they had a Korean version. Which is why I was like, I'm pretty sure because I was tuned in for Rogues like twice. So if I kept messaging her like, do you need help? I was like asking, I was like there, I was sat, I was ready. So I knew she had already heard the Korean version before the Japanese one, which is why I was like, we may be on the same level, but you also have had more time to listen to that one first, so you might actually like it more than I do.
Correct, yeah.
So
it's not too far off. It's not too far off. So what's your number 6?
My number 6 is Rainbow.
Okay.
Rainbow, it's like, so many people love this song, and I do, but I also just, it's kind of like in the last album with Girls Like Us, where there's nothing necessarily that just sticks to my brain when I hear this song. Just the one thing that does stick to me in the song, and I have no idea which member does it, if it is a member, but there's a whistle note at the end. I don't know if that's Nyan. I don't know if that's Geo. I don't know if that's a sample. I would assume it's Nyan or Geo, to be honest. I wouldn't think they'd do a sample for a whistle note like that. But
I want to say it's Nyan only because I think I remember that line because I have it like noted where I have it ranked. I want to say it might be Nyan because I think it's under Geo's line or near Geo's line.
yeah, I think so. So that I absolutely love that, but the song as a whole just doesn't like stick with me. It just doesn't. It again. It's one of those cases with Girl Like Those where there's just other songs on this album that I know are just way better in my opinion. So therefore, unfortunately, it just had to go lower just because it doesn't stick as much as I would like it to. Compared to like other songs on here, which will make more sense because I actually have it in my notes compared to another song in this album later. So I'll be able to explain it a bit more. But that's why I've got it at 6 at the moment.
So I do agree with you on the lower ranking because I do have it 5th. And okay. I feel the same way. The interesting, I wouldn't say weird, but it kind of is a little weird. There's like at the very beginning of the song there, I think it's like a xylophone or some kind of beat at the beginning. It really throws me for a loop. It's only when it's Geo's first verse that she has where the beat picks up. That's where I'm like, I'm in the song, and it takes me not until there to be like, all right, I'm here. There's something with that beginning beat I don't connect to right away until we get into that. And why this song doesn't go either, like, to be honest, I almost flip-flop Breakthrough and Rainbow. It's Dub Chang rap saves this song for me. I love their little rap, and they have like these little extra isolated vocals and like words layered in to the rap that really kind of keeps this one at like number 5 and doesn't push it lower. And then you have Mina coming in right after that with this almost little rap piece. I'm like, Mina, come on, girl. Like, you can do it. Like, I have faith you can do a full rap. Like, you have the talent. Like, let's do it. She has like this little bit of speed to it where it sounds very rap-like, but you can tell she's kind of like singing. I'm like, oh, you're so close. You're almost there. Let's go. And then I agree with you, that little high note out of nowhere, just like coming out towards the end. But I really want to say, I think it's Nyan. It really could have been Jungyoung too. But I don't think it's Geo just because where it is in the song, unless they do like interesting vocal layering, it's during part of her line. So like underneath. That's why I'm like, I don't think it's her. That's why I think it might be Nyan, but who knows, really. It could also be a sample, like you said too. But I really like that too.
Well, I'm saying sample because as an option, because like I'm not saying the Twice members can't do whistle notes. They can. I mean, there's been clips. What was it? I think it was a recording behind the scenes for ABCD for Nyan. The music producer was like, oh, he was like trying to do a high notes and he couldn't do it. He's not a singer. And he was like trying to, and she did it like straight away. Like she was like, oh, this, and then she did it, and it was like nothing to her. Yeah. So I wouldn't put it past that it's Nyan, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I thought too.
Because I believe as well, it's not a whistle note, but there's a big high note in Dance the Night Away, and for the longest time, it was, is it Nyan? Is it Geo? But it was only when they did a performance when Nyan did that note live. Yeah. What performance was it? I think it's from one of the Mama Awards, I want to say. Where they did Dance the Night Away. Yeah. I can't remember off the top of my head, but she actually did the note live there, and that's when people were like, oh, so it is Nyan that does it, because she did it there and then. So I definitely think it could be Nyan. This is like the thing with Nyan and Geo, is because they're both capable of these things. It's like, which one did it?
Who did it?
Who knows?
And also you also have like Jungyoung that can also go into like some high notes as well. And Che also has been hitting like some like awesome little high notes recently. So it really could have been any of them.
Yeah. The biggest example for Che, I don't know if you've heard it, but Dance Again, which was a Japanese release.
Yeah. Yep.
That chorus
Mm-hmm.
is Che, and at first I genuinely thought, oh, that's like a vocal modulation.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Che.
No.
No, that is Che.
That's just Che.
That is very much Che.
Just
And
Che
it's
doing Che
like,
things.
exactly. So it was only when I think they did like the live performance of Dance again in Japan. Obviously, I was in Japan, but like, I think Chaeyoung just did it then too, and I was like, why? I was like, so it really is not a vocal modulation. Because like I thought it was. I genuinely like I thought like Chaeyoung was going high pitched as is, but they just like made it more pitchy.
Yep.
So who knows? Maybe it was Chaeyoung. I don't know, but I do think it's Nayeon. I don't think it was Nayeon.
Yeah, if anybody does know, let us know in the comments. Like, if you're like, oh wait, no, like, let us know, because I would be very curious to see if we're right on this. Because I do think, just based off of where it is in the song, I would say that it's Nayeon, personally. But let us know if you absolutely know, because I'd be curious.
Yeah, because I think we've had moments where we've both been like, oh, this is who sings this high note, and someone in the comments is like, actually it's Sana.
It's actually like, what? Yeah. But let us know.
What are you talking about?
So what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Trick It. That is my number 5.
Okay.
The beat that comes into Trick It right at the start hits so hard. I don't know what it is about that beat, but it is crazy. It is actually crazy. But then to go from that to Mina's soft vocals, and it works, is beyond me. Because the beat in Trick It is so, like, you know, hard hitting. Yep. And then it reels it back so you can let Mina shine in her vocals. And I'm just like, how do you do that? I also absolutely love Sana's, like, playful tone in the song. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's her, and I believe it's also Jungyeon alongside her that also follows along with like this sort of playful tone. Whatever it is, I am obsessed. They bounce off each other so well, and also a rap line between Chewy, Sana, and Che. First of all, Chewy and Sana rappers. Give me more of that. Like, come on, give me more. But I super rare, but I absolutely love it. I think it's so much fun. I feel like the last time Chewy and Sana did any sort of rap, to my knowledge, the Feels, maybe? It probably wasn't the Feels. They probably rapped again since then. But all I can think of right now is their little moment. Yeah, they're around that time. And that was like, what? Almost like 4 years ago now. Yeah. So, I love a good rap line that's not the usual rap line that we know. Yep. And because like Che, understandable, you know, she is one of the main rappers of the group, but putting Chewy and Sana in there, crazy.
It's a glorious time. Fun, though, so it's a glorious time. It's like you love to see it. Interesting that we are here. We are so off. So we're already derailed so hard. My number 4, probably gonna cause some controversy here, is Feel Special.
Cancelled.
Feel Special is number 4 for me. Listen, this is another hard album for me because I feel as though every time I listen to Feel Special album, my top songs change pretty consistently. There's some really strong beats that I enjoy in here. Feel Special, especially with the like Che opening up the song. She sounds so good with like her little vocal inflections in there, and she kind of steps up her note towards the end before like I think it's Chewy who comes in right after, which I think Chewy's vocals in this song are absolutely fantastic. Like she has some great vocals in here. But I feel though for me there's some other songs that kind of grab my attention for like my 1, 2, and 3, but the Dayeon's rap bridge, excellent. No notes, just keep on doing what you're doing. Just yes, all of it. Keep doing that. Just doing that. That is fantastic. Jungyeon really brings out her vibrato a little bit in this song, which she doesn't do as often that I hear in some songs, but in this one she does, and it just it kind of grabs your attention, brings some really nice like warmth and flavor to the song when she brings that out.
Yeah.
And then there's like a Jio and Jungyoung like chorus piece that they kind of like go do like a little back and forth, or it's like one and then the other, and that just like flows so well. But the whole overall feel special is a excellent song. It's actually a top favorite title track for me, but there's other songs on this album that I like better. Which is weird to say because I ranked it so low.
For this choice.
I'm like, I really enjoy this song, but there's some other songs on here that I'm like, I listen to these other songs more. I'm sorry.
To be fair, I kind of expected Feel Special to not be high, because also kind of like what 2129 is.
Yeah.
It's not fully like a ballad because it's still got that upbeat moment, but it has its ballad like tendencies.
Yeah.
Is that the right word to use?
Yeah,
like ballad sort of like its moments.
Yep.
So I kind of felt like it was not going to be like number 1, number 2. I thought it might have been like number 3 at the most. But you know, at least I'm not the one with the controversial take this time.
I know, it's me. Everybody's gonna watch this. They're like, yeah, Rogue canceled. No longer her once.
Hashtag Rogue cancelled. The one's card has been revoked.
Yep.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's been cut up. It's been tossed into the trash. You can no longer have it.
You're like, come sit in the corner, think about what you've done.
Yep.
That's what is gonna happen. But on to my number 4. My number 4 is actually 2129.
Okay.
For number 4. As we all know, while Rogue is not the biggest fan of ballads, I love ballads.
Yeah, that's where we differ.
I love a good ballad because I just like songs that are dramatic sometimes. I like songs that are dramatic, and I think 2129, while it's not necessarily dramatic of a ballad, it is. I always love when an album is very upbeat, but it ends on a more chill note. I feel like 2129 does a really good job of ending on a more chill vibe that doesn't feel too jarring compared to the rest of Feel Special.
Yeah.
Not to mention, the message is really sweet. You know, obviously, like you said, it's a song for onces, and the members' voices in this song are just so dreamy in itself. Like, they all kind of do something a bit different with the song that makes it just so much more pleasing to hear, I find, for me. But another thing I like, and this is just like a production thing I noticed when I re-listened to it, was I think it's towards the end with the line where it's like, this is for you. They have that as a background, but they play it into like the beat at the same time as a backing moment with the main vocals. And I just think that's like such a creative way of doing it, with like keeping the chorus involved in like the ending without it just being straight up the exact same. So that's why for me that's at number 4, because I just like the creativity of it. And again, I'm a sucker for the fandom songs, okay? I like them.
I like them. I like them here. No, like, I agree with you. They have some great, like, little vocal layering, and it's just one of those, I wish my brain would want me to play it more, because there's some great vocal moments in there. But a lot of times my brain is like a go, go, go type brain. So like going into ballads, sometimes I'm just like, you know, it just puts me in like, not a weird mood, but like I have to be in the right mindset to be able to kind of listen to like a slower like ballad song, especially if it's a ballad song that like hits you in the feels too. Like I have to be in the right mood. So that's why, like, for me, that's why I have it like so low, is like a lot of times I just have to be in the right mind space to like kind of listen to those songs versus like a more like upbeat, like Feel Special, or, you know, getting into the other ones.
That's been like the common thing throughout all the albums, isn't it?
Yeah.
The songs that are like, you know, that are ballads. I've always said I will enjoy no matter what, because I just love a good ballad in a song. I always find it very bold when a group does a ballad as a title track, even. Because when you do a title track, typically you want a title track to be big energy and a lot of like, you know, like a lot of make noise, basically. That's what you want. So whenever a group does like a title track that is a ballad, I really enjoy it, because I think it's that risk almost. Not like the song's bad, but like you said, like you, there's a lot of people that probably are the same as you, where it's like, I need to be in the mood to listen to a ballad. So for it to be a title track too, like I mean, One Spark was still upbeat, to be honest. Like, it was on the emotional side. I Got You is a good example, actually. I
Yeah,
know that wasn't a title track, that was a pre-release, but I think
pre-release.
that's still a good, like, ballady song to, like, drop
Mm-hmm.
as a pre-release
Yep.
that people still enjoyed anyway. Like, even if it was kind of ballady and the message was kind of cheesy and stuff, people still really enjoyed it regardless.
Right.
So that's why for me, I always have like the soft spot for ballads because I love a good emotional song. I'm a theater kid at the end of the day, and that kind of transpires into ballads.
Yeah, just me being an emotional Pisces sometimes. I'm just over here like like so sometimes yeah, I just have to be in the right mind space. But this is where we is going to get really interesting here because we have a few songs that we both don't have on the list, and I'm interested to see where you put "Feel Special." So for number 3 for me is "Get Loud." Okay.
Okay.
Now, I will say this: these top 3 are very much. If I could have had like multiple number ones, these top 3 would be all number ones. These 3, like these 3, are some of my like most played songs for Twice going in. "Get Loud" especially. I love the way that when you open up the song, you have Geo, you have Chewy, then Nyan, then Momo, like right off the bat, like going back to back to back. It's a fantastic little opening. You have this little bit of a tropical beat. It kind of sounds like a steel drum in there a little bit, kind of like a little bit of tropical type feel. Sana has a great vocal with the beat change, with her like little lower timbre that she sometimes dips into, and you're just like, I want more of this tone. And it's one of my favorite little tones from her on this album is in Get Loud. Then the one little bit that always draws me in is Chang and Daeyeon having this great little speed and cadence on their first couple of verses on the song.
Right.
There's just something about it. It switches up the pace because they kind of like speed it up. It's not quite a rap, but they just kind of like sing in that little faster speed. And then you have Mina like coming in, and it's just like, you're like, it's almost like a little bit of a whiplash, but in the best way possible. Cause you're like, Mina just like comes in with her vocals with this other beat change, sings in this kind of like mid register and draws out all these like these notes. And you're like, where is this coming from? And then you have Jungyoung at the end of the song doing all of this kind of like vocal run in the back. And you're just like, what is going on? It's so good.
Yeah.
But I just really like the fun little beat in here. And just everybody kind of shines with their vocals like in different aspects that I haven't really heard a whole lot of. So that's why it's like one of my top 3.
I feel like I kind of know where your number 1 is gonna be.
Okay.
Which is funny because my third one is actually, and I'm in the same category now where I think if I could give these top 3s all number 1s if I could. But obviously we don't break our own rules because we try and stick to them even though it's really hard.
It's really hard.
But my number 3 is Love Foolish. Now, the way Chaeyoung sings the I love you, hate you, get out.
Out,
Stop
done.
singing it like that and get out. Get out the studio. Just get away. Get out.
Go home.
Because I need you to know, that's literally on my notes. It's like the way Chase sings this, get out, and then in quotations, walks out the room. Because that's how I feel. Like, it is so like, I was just talking about in Strawberry in the Fancy You video, that how do you make something so flirty? And they do it here again with Love Foolish. And I do believe Momo wrote this song, especially with Momo's track record of writing songs. That makes a lot of sense. That's the way it is. But with Love Foolish, it is like probably one of the most flirtatious songs Twice has ever done.
Yeah.
In my opinion. The way that they sing this song, the way their vocal tones are, there's a moment where Sana and Shui go back and forth, and their voices just they are so smooth together,
Mm-hmm.
and it's probably one of my favorite like Sana Chewy vocal moments together.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another thing I've now learned, or not learned, but realized over the course of doing this series is how many times you actually see Sana and Chewy paired together vocally
Yep.
in songs.
It makes
Like, I've
sense.
noticed it so much more now, which makes sense, exactly. It makes sense because their vocal tones are pretty much on the same level. I think Sana can do a bit more of high notes while Chewy's more on the deeper vocal
Correct.
side, but
Yep.
their voices work really well together. And I mean, Mina's falsetto leading into Nayeon's high note at the end is just like, it's so consistent, and I think people need to realize it is so hard to consistently sing in such a falsetto note. I talk about this all the time when I do reaction videos, and like someone does that, like they make it look so easy, especially if it's in a live stage too, when they do it, like they make it look so easy. That is so hard to just stay consistently in your head voice the whole time.
Yeah.
And not feel the need to go back down. And Mina does it flawlessly.
Flawless.
She's quite literally flawless. And then again, leading into the 9 high note is just insane behavior. It is so good. And again, this is like what I'm saying, where I'm like, these songs should all be number 1, to be honest. But I have to put it somewhere.
You have to.
And that somewhere is number 3.
Yeah. Yes. I feel you so much on this song. But unfortunately, that one is not the next one for me. Trick It is number 2 for me.
I was right. Look Foolish is number 1. That's what I was saying. I was like, I'm pretty sure the one I'm about to say is your number 1.
Yeah. So for me, Trick It, the beat, that beat is so catchy. When you hear it come in, my brain instantly is like, oh my word, this is going to be a pure bop. Like 1000%. You have Nayeon and Jungyoung coming in with these like nice little strong vocals right off the bat. Then Chaeyoung and Sana having their kind of like nice little back and forth like vocal. Daeyeon just comes out of nowhere and with like this one little like rap bar, and you're like, what in the world is happening? It's fantastic. Literally. I love that. And it opens up, like, she does her one line, and then it goes into the Dubchang rap super flawlessly. And I love the rap in this because I also get just a little slight, kind of like little rap piece, there, like, playfully back and forth with the two of them. And then you slide into Mina. Like, you go from rap to Mina with her softer vocals and drawn out. It just plays so nicely. Then Momo flexing that little lower register in this song. It's just so good. I love when she dips into that. I feel like, personally, just as like, I mean, yes, Momo is one of my biases, but I feel like there's times where I prefer her mid and lower range than her higher range. I feel like especially her mid range, as of late, has been like a more comfortable space for her. I feel like in the early years, they had her singing in that higher tone, which she has a very unique high tone, and you instantly know it's her when she's singing. But I feel as though it's not something she's as comfortable with than her like mid. And that's just like my personal take on it. So I love when I get to hear that. And then you have Chewy with the bridge. Like, one of my favorite vocals, like literally on the entire album, is this like Chewy vocal. It's just so good. And you like immediately know that she's hitting her stride on this album, and that going forward, you're just gonna keep on hearing like more and more fantastic Chewy vocals. It's just I think, so good.
I think we've talked about this in one of the previous rankings, but now more than ever, Chewy's vocal range, and I definitely think the confidence of her solo really pushed her. Her voice has just become one of my favorites in Twice. Like, I mean, kind of like, you know, what you said with Momo. Chewy is not my bias, but she is like my bias wrecker. But I find myself paying attention to what she sings a lot more nowadays. And there's moments, like, I want to say it's in between 1 and 2, where that's where, to me, she really started to, like, no, like, I'm not saying, like, before that she could never sing, but it was more like oh, she can sing, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she's up there. And I think Chewie has just, as time has gone on, she's gotten so much more confident. Again, I think her solo was like a really big push for her, because again, in the Strategy album, she absolutely killed it. She had one of the best moments, in my opinion, from like the title track in Strategy. And obviously, you know, we've got the new album coming up. Obviously, I can't tell you what it sounds like yet, because as we're filming this, it's not out.
Can't wait.
But I cannot wait to see what all of them will bring to the table. So I definitely can understand what you mean about like how just from this point on, you just see her growth just more and more over time, because it's true. It is so true.
Yeah, and I know, like, we talked also about, like, Sana. Sana also hit that point. There was a point in one of the earlier videos that we did where we both were, like, we felt like that was where it was, like, the turning point for Sana, where she really started, like, developing into her own on her vocals. And, like, we can just see, like, every single album that comes out, you just see something a little new, something a little different from her. And I feel for me, that was kind of like this album with Chewie, where she kind of really started hitting. Cause like when that bridge hits, I was like, Miss Ma'am, like, what is happening here? Like, what are you doing? Like, this is fantastic. And then it just like keeps getting better and better as we kind of go on. And I do agree with you. I think her solo was huge for her, and it just gained her a lot more confidence. Personally, I think she gained a lot of confidence from that, not only vocally, but just like in just the whole aspect of doing like a solo by yourself, and then doing like a mini album without members there, and then really kind of like having a chance to like flex some vocals. So I agree with you on that point. But also that's why it's number 2 for me.
Kind of like literally, also this is kind of like a side note, but it's still about Chewie. I just like, you know, a lot of people complain that like oh, Chewie's stage presence lacks because she doesn't do enough facial expressions, along with Mina. And they both recently came out, I think it was on Bubble, which is like, for those who don't know, it's like a messaging app that idols use to like converse with fans. They both came out and said, as long as I perform and give a good enough performance, I'm not worrying about having the best facial expressions. And I think that's so good of them to both just, you know, set it up and just be like, listen, I don't care that you don't like that I'm not doing like 5 million facial expressions in the span of 2 seconds. As long as I'm good at dancing and I'm singing and I'm making, and people are enjoying my performance, that's all I care about. And I just love that. I just wanted to mention that because we're just talking about Chewie's confidence, and I feel like that again, because that was like very heavily in her solo. People were like, oh, her solo stages are lacking because she's not doing anything. And I'm like, I don't know what you're on about.
I was like, I think we're watching completely different things currently. I'm like, what are you watching?
You must be watching a different person called Chewie, because I don't know what you're on about. But like
Chewbacca? Are you watching like Chewbacca or Star Wars or something?
Literally,
happening?
So I just love that too, that she's able to be comfortable enough to come out and say, listen, like I get that people don't like that I don't have like a ton of facial expressions, but like I still give it my all, and that's all I can do. Because like that's it. Like at the end of the day, these idols are human beings. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like obviously some idols will be very good at doing like facial expressions, and like that's what makes them good. But sometimes some don't need to be doing all that, and they are just as good as performers. For example, Chewie and Mina. They are just such good at performing as is. They don't need to be doing all that just to prove that they're good.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it, it does fit like their personalities as well. Like Mina, of course, is like a very much like an introvert. Same with Chewie. Like they like Mina has said multiple times she'd rather just like chill at home and like play like video games or do like Legos versus like going out and doing something. So in that aspect, you can see how like you might not have that extrovert type personality on stage. Now there are idols out there that have that type of like extrovert type of personality on stage, but is like a total introvert at home. Like there's multiple that are like that, but with like Mina and Chewie, I feel like they're just them. Like literally it's just them, and they're just like busting out the moves and busting out the vocals. Who cares? Like
I think that's literally what Mina said. Mina just said something along the lines of like, I'm just being true to who I am on stage and off stage. That's literally her words.
Yeah.
So you know, it's like people can have their opinions. That's fine. If you think that Chewie and Mina aren't good dancers just because they don't give a facial expression, that is your opinion. That doesn't mean that everyone's going to agree.
Exactly. Like Mina literally is is amazing dancer. Like, my God, like with her ballerina background and everything. Like, she does like some interesting like moves and like can bend in ways that I'm like, my body hurts when I watch her sometimes. I'm like, what is happening?
And also, not to mention for Chewie, and some people only just realize this nowadays, ever since Twice became a group, whenever they do choreography, Chewie has always had to kneel slightly. So she is on par with the rest of the members. If you look, I think the best example I can give is during Fancy, actually. There's a comeback stage where it's more obvious than ever that she like really like bent down. Like her knees are bent. Because she's trying to keep her head the same level as everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's like, so not only is she doing this dance choreography that's intense, she's got to do it with her knees bent the whole time just so she looks about the same height as everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's so much.
It's wild.
It's so much.
It really is.
So just rant aside. I just wanted to say.
Rant, I mean, it happens. I'm surprised it didn't happen in the last video.
Listen, Twice is the old group. We love them. I just love these girls a lot.
Yeah.
So I will go on rant about them.
Yeah.
But
what's your number two?
That being said, my second song, no one is shocked to see that it's Feel Special. Okay. Actually, some people might think I put this at number one. But Feel Special is number two for me because first of all, I legit don't know a single person that's heard Feel Special and goes, my God, I do not like this song.
I agree.
I don't know a single person that's like, and I mean, maybe if you do, comment down below, tell us, but like, to my knowledge, everybody either loves or likes this song in some degree. So it's such a good conveying message with a high tempo and beat, and it's just like, it still keeps you in your feelings, but it still has you moving at the same time. It's like one of those, you know, those memes where it's like when the song is so sad, but I can't help but like dance, and it's like someone crying while they're like they're dancing around. Yeah. That's literally what Feel Special is. But for me, this song, especially Mina's verse, gets me emotional every single time. I don't think I can listen to Feel Special without getting choked up in some way. Because obviously when I think of Feel Special, I think of the things connected to it. Because like Feel Special era for Twice was such a rough era for them. You had Mina on hiatus. There was controversies getting thrown at Gio left, right, and center that she was not even involved with, but somehow getting thrown at her. Members were overworked. It was a really, really tough time for them. So I feel like a song like this, and even recently, news came out about I think it was JYP himself, this has maybe been like a year ago, said that Feel Special was actually initially in his mind when he wrote this song. He was thinking of Sana because she was going through something during this period of time. I didn't know that until I saw that about a year ago. And so, you know, I just think this song, again, emotionally, it is such a beautiful song too. And then it's so funny because on the backbone of that, you have the drop that leads into Dion's rap.
So good.
And the way I talk about the song being so beautiful, you'd think that makes no sense, but it works so well. And I don't know how to explain that to you.
Oh no, I get it. I get it. That Dion rap bridge is just so good. Just no notes. Like I said, no notes.
It's also just really interesting because it's the first time in a title track, I'm pretty sure, that we have a rap be solely one person.
Yeah.
Normally it's Dion and Chang. This time it was just straight Daehyun. But I also wrote down, I absolutely love the way Chaeyoung starts this song.
Oh yes.
I absolutely love, and Chaeyoung, I remember from, I think it's like behind the scenes, she talked about how she was really nervous to be first because she felt the pressure of being the first to introduce the song, and she felt like I didn't do that good of a job, which I was like, are you crazy? I was like, you did such a good job. So what are you talking about? But each member, I mean, Sana, Momo, like literally all of the members here had so many vocal moments that just shine to me. And this song is just such a powerhouse of a song to me, which is why it's number two. Because it's just everything and more, to be honest. And that's why I love it so much.
It's good. Like I said, these top like four were so hard to kind of like rank through. Because I like any one of them could have been like a number one for me. But the number one for
Right.
me is Love Foolish. I love this song. Like, when I was like, okay, I have to pick a number one, Love Foolish immediately was number one for me, and then the other ones were like, yeah, at times it could move into number one, but Love Foolish usually stays number one. I
Right.
absolutely love the beat. The beat immediately has me hooked in. You have like this little kind of like distorted vocal. I personally just love Nion's vocals in this song. Like, they just sound so good. Then you have this Chewy, Jungyoung back and forth on the beginning of their lines. Chewy, like, it has this nice little, like, drawn out notes that she does. Then you have Chaeyoung, like, she needs to stop. She needs to be stopped. She has like this raspy little vocal in here. And then she goes into the I love you, hate you, like foolish line. That should be illegal.
Exactly what I
like
said.
literally I write should be illegal on my notes. I was like, should be illegal. Because it really is. Like when she does it, like the first one to do it, you're like, oh my word. And then of course you have like, I think Nayeon also does that line. You have Geo, I think also does that line still. What was happening? There's
like what was going on in the studio that day?
Who knew? And then there's like this line as well that also just kind of like drops in. It also should be just illegal. The way that
because I think
Strawn's out.
I think it's because I think Daehyun does that.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the way she says permission too. Stop.
Like, stop, please. Just stop. Please. And not only that, like, the end notes that I have here, I just have in big caps. I was like, then you have Momo coming in with her little rap line. I'm like, yes, please, give me more. You love to see that. Then you have Chewy and Sana, the back and forth on their lines. Like you said, fantastic. Love seeing that little dynamic. You have Mina coming in with the bridge with her airy tone. She holds some great notes. I just feel like with this song, not only with the beat, but everybody just shines vocally for me in different little ways. And then you just feel like you're just getting slapped in the face by some of the vocals. You're like, okay, girl, yeah, that should be.
It's like a wombo combo. It's like you just getting hit all over the place.
Yeah, you're like, but yeah, that's why it's number one. I just cannot get over some of their vocals and the beat on this song. For sure.
Like, again, that's so valid. Like you said, we're both kind of in the same boat, really, where, like, the top three, we're just like, damn, if I could, I'd put all of these in number one. Put them all right there, because that's where they all belong. But, with that being said, I mean, the moment I looked at this album, like you had for Love Foolish, Get Loud, I was like, yes, that is my number one. Like, I haven't even heard like the album again yet, but I know it's gonna stay there. And it literally did. It did not move. I didn't hear it and go, no. Like, no, I was like, no, it stays there. First of all, this song is such an empowering song, and once again, you know, Badass Twice is back. It's back in the chat. It's here.
Love it.
They're here to stay.
You love to see it.
And I love it. But I'm just so obsessed with, like, almost like it. I don't know if it's a dance break towards the end, but like that instrumental moment where it's like kind of Mina doing little ad libs.
Yes. Yeah.
At the end, so obsessed with that instrumental. I don't know what it is about that, but the simplicity of like Mina just doing like little ad libs while this instrumental goes crazy is
that beat change.
And then
so
not
good.
to mention the Geo high note. That Geo high note is probably one of my favorites she's ever done.
Yeah.
I literally have it in capital letters on my phone here. I say the God Geo high note in capital letters. And I also just love, again, because I believe, like I was saying before, this was like during a period of time where Twice were going through a lot of like controversial times. And I think this was like a song that really represented, you know, like, even though people have these thoughts on Twice or this negative, you know, sort of connotation of what Twice members are like, you know, it's like at the end of the day, they're still here, they're still going to be loud, and they're still going to stand out. And I absolutely I just love when Twice have songs where they're like, yeah, we're here, and what?
Yeah.
Because Twice is so humble that when they do a song where they kind of like brag a bit almost, I eat it up. It's so fun.
So good.
Like, I think another song that's kind of like that is from Formula of Love, Icon.
Oh, yes.
That is such a big, like, we are the biggest group.
Yeah.
What about it? And I love it. Because it's just, like, so not Twice. Because Twice Again are so humble that like they achieve the biggest things, and they're like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah, they're like, okay, thanks,
And
guys.
that's it.
Yeah.
Like they literally
Yeah.
sold out. Like, was it SoFi Stadium and
SoFi,
MetLife Stadium? And they were like, oh, thank you guys, this was great. And then that was it. And I was like, they're not even like, they're not even like. I mean, obviously they probably were like, holy shit, this is so many people.
Yes.
Especially in America of all places,
Mhm.
not even like in Korea, in America. But like when it came to like talking about it, they weren't like, oh yeah, we knew we would do that. You know, they were like,
Yeah,
oh,
they were
we're just
very
really
humble
nice,
about it.
great.
Yep.
They're very humble. So I just love a good song sometimes where they're like, yeah, we're here and we're better. Like, you know, sometimes I just find that so much fun because it's so rare to get from them. And I think that's why it's at number 1 for me. Again, just overall, the instrumental of this song, it's kind of like Fancy, where the instrumental itself can just get stuck in my head sometimes. Like literally, I didn't say this to Rogue before, but when we just finished the Fancy, because we're doing this all in one day, and we both stepped away to get like a drink or whatever, I was already singing Get Loud in my head. We weren't even talking about it, but it like, because I looked at my notes and saw it, that's all I was singing while I was walking around for a minute. So this song is just, I don't know what they put in it, but it's
I don't know what
so
they were
good.
drinking
And
this
also,
day, that's for sure. What was in the water?
This album, they went in and
JYP.
said they weren't gonna make history, they were gonna make history with this. That's what they were doing, and they actually did it. They actually did. But no, this album's just so good.
Yeah, it is a great album. I do agree. This one, for me, like when we were going through the Fancy You, yeah, that one, Fancy You is a fantastic album, but with like Feel Special, I would say like Foolish Love, Trick It, Get Loud, Feel Special, those 4 songs, probably if I was to put if we were to do like ranking of like the 2 albums together, all 4 of those songs would probably be at my top 4, like over like Fancy You. Like they're just that good, the vocally, instrumental wise, like just overall production of the songs, top tier. Right. Literally top tier.
It's just so good.
So good. Yeah, we were not even remotely close here. The only time we were close was Breakthrough. Was the only one that was even remotely close.
And everything else we just went completely backwards.
Yeah, I mean, after the Fancy You album, we're just like, all right, this makes more sense. This is more our style, where we are completely different.
If there's ever a mini album or an album that has 2 ballad songs, it's never going to be the same.
No.
It's never going to be the same. And the day it is, that'll be a miracle. But other than that, it will never be the same.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think so, but you never know. Maybe one day. You never know. But that's it. That's the album.
That's it.
Yeah. Next Tuesday, the More and More album. We'll have that, because we're gonna, once again, you'll see the same shirt, same hoodie. We will be back next week. Just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining in. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Feel free, leave a comments. We love reading comments. We want to know what your ranking is, what your thoughts are, who's right, who's wrong. Maisie's wrong, I'm right, we all know.
Outrageous slander.
But yes, also do make sure, please go follow Maisie over on YouTube, also over on Twitter. Come say hi to us all. We do not bite on either platforms, I promise. But thank you for joining in. You all have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll catch you on that next one. Later.